This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
And it's moments like that that make me happy to know, that there's still a lot of gray area where people just don't know and they think they do know. Right. Sabu did that to himself a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think about when I dropped the chair and rolled, I was going to monkey flip Sabu onto it, and then the chair like popped open with all the legs sticking up.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And also I remember one time when I was in the corner, and I've seen this somewhat recently. That's why I remember it. But I was sitting in the corner, and Sabu ran up to the top rope next to me like he was going to do a hurricane run off the top rope. And I think I pushed his leg, and then boom, he, crotches himself. And then I don't know, he falls off, and I like jump off and kick him or something. I don't know what it was, but when we were watching it, it was somebody was showing it on their show, and they were laughing, thinking that Sabu slipped and that we just like saved the moment by whatever we did. And it's moments like that that make me happy to know, that there's still a lot of gray area where people just don't know and they think they do know. Right. Sabu did that to himself a lot. He would try to fool like Meltzer and the report.
That's
and
great.
So he purposely, because he'd say, you're not going to land it every time perfect, like every once in a while, that's real. Of course you're going to slam. That's realistic or whatever. And he'd be in that state of mind. And a lot of times he would do something and seem to miss for no reason, and it just made sense with his psychology, and everybody would think like, oh my God, he's missing more spots than a window washer with cataracts. Man, this guy, we were laughing because we knew the whole time, like, these guys think they know everything. They're marks.
That's awesome. Was that something he kind of adapted from the Sheik, or is that something he took on his own? Like, he's like, I want to be unpredictable like that and kind of do something that, that keeps people on their toes and guessing.
Everything's about being unpredictable. That's why, like, for me, how I took that and applied that principle to myself is I like to misdirect before I do something, and it makes it so much more interesting. That's why, like, before I hit the ropes, sometimes, I'll just be like, and then I go, and then I'll look, and then I go run, or like, bam, I'm in the corner and someone's coming at me. I like the person that's running at me to not know if I'm going to get out of the way or if I'm going to stay in there. I like to wait till the very last second and not even look at them. Look like I'm looking at the crowd or something. And then for sure I'm going to get hit. They're so close. But then I'll grab the second rope and whoo, and just boom, nobody's home, and pull myself out of there. That's how I make it unexpected. And I don't understand how that got lost. Like, if you leave the corner, I kept pausing it the other day, watching some wrestling with Katie, and I'd be like, I can't help it. I take it personally, and it starts like offending me, some of the things that they do. And so I would pause it. I did this several times, rewind it, pause it. And I'd say, look, that person moved, and the person that's running at them is still in the middle of the fucking ring. They still got 2 steps and a jump, and the person is already moved. Yeah. What happened to making somebody, to get in the crowd to not know what's going to happen? You completely lose that element when you just get out of the way because you're not fast. You don't trust your slow ass, and so you're going to make it predictable. And the reason I get offended is because you're making that other person look like an idiot. Right. With enough experience, they'd stop. I would stop. If I was running towards a corner and one of these new guys just moved out of the way, I would just stop and look at them, and kick them or whatever. But when you're young and green, you're thinking like, of what you had in mind, and you're going to kind of go through it, even though it makes you look stupid. And I, like I said, I really get offended. I got to learn. That's something Katie decided to not get offended when I watch wrestling. But I'm like, why would they do that? Like, what? And it just, it gets me kind of worked up. There was several times I paused it. I said, look, This person is rolling and the other person's about to jump off. They haven't even got their foot up on the top rope yet. And they seem to, maybe it's like safety first now. That's what I ascertained years ago from watching the change the wrestling is doing with society, and being the whole cancel culture and what's coming after that with the whole shocked population, everything with all that. They completely are taking out a lot of the emotion that should be in the match just because they're physically not doing it right, in my opinion. And not everything, but things like that are so important.
Well, like there's to your point, I see so many times where like guys, you just see it's all rehearsed, and it's like they're timing this out, and it's just like it's like a routine, and it does take you out of it, and it kind of just like, come on, I'm not buying into any of this. And like what they're doing is athletic. Oh, it's Barbie. Barbie's in the house.
Barbie D, Barbie D.
Barbie D. Love
Her and
D and
Bobby
Barbie
wrestle
D.
all day.
No man, oh
They
man.
love wrestling.
But yeah, I think it does really take you out of it. Katie picks up on that stuff too a lot now, like that she when she's watching it with you, or do you?
I don't know. I'm always pointing it out to her. I can say that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always making a point of it and make sure that she understands it.
Mhm.
Always have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet that it kind of drives you nuts a little bit sometimes.
Probably. Yeah.
So we got a couple super chats from Maddie. Another than Maddie. He says RVD to Raw would be cool. 3-way dance between Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. Ooh, how about that? You and
How
Bronson
random,
Reed.
though.
Yeah, that is pretty random. You'd fit right in. Well, he's been doing the tsunami. Have you seen him doing that? He's splashing down on Seth Rollins and stuff like that.
Oh, is the tsunami like a frog splash?
Well, no. So it's just a straight up splash, but he doesn't even like jump off. He just kind of like dives down, and it's just like crashes down onto Seth Rollins or whoever he's going against because he's such a big dude. And it's
Check it out.
kind of a neat visual. So that would be the tsunami versus 5-star frog splash would be pretty darn cool. Pretty darn
cool.
This episode is sponsored by BlueChew. Let's talk about sex, guys. Remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get the extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you receive prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in the line at the pharmacy. BlueChew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. They always say first impressions are important. What about lasting impressions? BlueChew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try BlueChew free when you use our promo code RVD at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code RVD to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew for more details and important safety information. And we, RVD and I, thank BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast.